What's up? What's up with you, everyone? We back. Just Fam Entertainment back in the building, man. It's been a minute, it's been a while. I know it's been a minute, it's been a while, y'all. I'm back in it, man. I'm back. I want to be able to bring some of that good back. You know, uh, I had to hold off for a minute. As you can see, I'm on the road right now, out of town. I ain't in the city, but it's a lot of stuff that's just been on my mind. It's a lot of stuff like five with the police brutality and different stuff that ain't been sitting right with me. And everybody, if anybody know, they know I'm one of the biggest politic people there is. So based on my spare time when I'm home, I'm always watching politic videos and different little stuff, town home meetings and stuff like that. Just to, to share the knowledge, just to hear what's going on, and I was always say to myself, what is like the city halls and home meeting here where I'm from, and I it's not getting to it, but what we realize the only way we can make things happen and make a change is by going to city hall meetings, town home meetings and stuff like that, getting engaged and different things like that. This show here, I want it once set up. I don't have everything, all the different things I need on the show right now at the moment. Don't have no uh person that can come in and do different things or whatever for the show. I appreciate that light, turn that light on. They gave me a lot of light that I needed, but at the same time, it just was a show that I just came up out of my heart. Say, hey, it's time to start going back live. I've been seeing so many videos and different things that's been outrageous, with the police officer not respecting citizens at all. And I also have seen on the opposite end where citizens not aware of their First Amendment rights, their amendment, the rights that they have, like the freedom of speech, the freedom of press, and different things like that. They don't know. I was like that once upon a time, but look at these videos, study these videos, and more as I read and research the law, everybody had those rights. Okay. Here in Memphis, we've been going through this case as far as with Tyre Nichols. I know a lot of y'all familiar with Tyre Nichols case. Tyre Nichols. Clear as police brutality where they pulled a young man over and the young man was supposed to ran or whatever, and they beat him to a pulp to where they really lyrically beat him and killed him. It's plenty of video footage out here to support that. You even had a couple officers said that they was in the wrong for what they did, and then you had officers that went to trial and they accused the officers, and the officers did not get charged for none of this stuff. Clear as day they got away, but we have a clear as day. I understand if you pull a guy over and you pull him over and you wanna give him a ticket or whatever, and he take off running. It's clear that we understand that he's in the wrong. That person in the wrong. We know this person in the wrong. But if you use brutal force on him, harm him in any kind of way, you just as wrong, officer, no officer. And it's still not registering to me because I have not been perfect all my life, and I have done a little time here and there. So I know how I feel to do time. I know how I feel to not be able to go do time, So in this case, how I look at it, it's like when I seen the police brutality, how they did Tyre Nichols, it still sticks to me, still don't register. Every day I go throughout my life, I live my life how I live my life, but it's a lot of stuff at the end of the night when I get onto my phone and I read different things and see different things. It's a lot of stuff don't sit right. And you like me as being a convicted felon. I did all my time. I did everything I supposed to do, did everything I did right, and the system failed me in the end. So what the point what I'm saying is The system ain't always right. And it's like when a system do some things towards you, they don't be held accountable for what they do. It's clear that they beat the young man, killed the young man. His mom and dad don't get no type of justice. So I'm gonna play the video and y'all tell me what y'all think. Like I said, this was a show that was thrown together, but I'm gonna start with Tyre Nichols because it sits so heavy on my heart. I'm gonna get into this video.
Oh, how is it down there right now?
Bang. Let's get into it.
We have the second clip now released by the city of Memphis ready to go. We want to give you another warning. This video apparently is the most graphic and the most shocking to watch. Also, again, we want to give a warning. There are likely lots of profanities. This is, from what we understand, the Sky Cop cam video, which is a pole cam looking down at the arrest and subsequent beatdown.
It's freaky down there. Everybody wants to.
See, I'm gonna run this right back.
Not the environment.
And y'all catch what the guy say.
Want to give a warning. There are likely.
So I'm gonna run it back. But when I run this back, I want you all to be able to catch what the guy say. It's clear from what the news cameras say. You know, the guys who was accused of beating him was black. One officer participated. You had one white guy that recognized this, but not saying it's a racist thing, but it's clear. Listen.
Lots of profanities. This is, from what we understand, the Sky Cop cam video, which is a pole cam looking down at the arrest and subsequent beatdown.
Beatdown. The beatdown. One kick.
So I'm being told by our producers, again, we're watching this in real time, that
we talking about 2 kicks. We see 2 kicks right here. 3 kicks. They doing whatever they do. It's like this guy don't look like he resisting as far as on the ground. They got him pulled to the ground. He's to the ground right there. There's no need for kicking him, beating him. He don't have no type of gun or weapon or nothing. Listen.
there's no audio on this, but you do not need to listen to this because what we are seeing here is kick after kick. It looks like in the direction of Tyre Nichols' head. I was just at that intersection earlier tonight, and believe it or not, it is 3 houses away from where Tyre Nichols' parents live. He was running in the direction of his parents' house. This overhead camera here, it's called Sky Cop, and they're all around. Oh, and it looks like an officer here has a baton. Looks like they're holding him up. Oh, man.
You see it. Is this how you tell me, like, cause not just only is not only is me trying to get an understanding of this. It's clear. I mean, you see it. Police brutality. I'm not the only one that see it. Thanks for the viewer is viewing in. Feel free to comment and share your comment, you know, what you feel in the comments. But it's clear as day you see it. Just like I see it, you see it, they see it, the judge see it, the prosecutor see it, the Congress see it. I'm pretty sure the president probably seen this, the way it went viral. Kick after kick, beat after beat. Is this the way that you make an arrest on one individual? Do you have to kick an individual 3 to 4 times and to make an arrest. The mom said when she seen her baby, it's clear as the day that he had been beaten to death. And that's exactly what they did, beat him to death. That's what the mom said. It's clear. Everybody know around Memphis, anywhere you go, there is cop cams everywhere around. Everywhere you go, you see blue lights flash, and they call them sky cops. The police officer know what these sky cops is. They don't fear it. They don't fear the camera. Why? Because the thin blue line. They have what you got caught on this thin blue line. It's a set standard. It's not the regular standards that the regular African Americans held to. Like with me, convicted felon, me go do time, and I have to actually go do time, sit down, do time behind bars, and get out and be a strong young individual and change his life and revamp his life. But with a cop, it's different. They're held to different standards. You can beat him, you can shoot him, you can kill him, you can do this, that, and that, and that, and do whatever you want to do and not be held accountable for it. But the regular African-American citizen, black, white, Chinese, Mexican, have to be held to a different standard, be charged, arrested, and everything if they was to beat someone like that. If a regular human was to beat an officer like that, they would be charged the same way. And when I sit and I be thinking, I was like, I know it's little old me, it's not too much that I can do. But when I think about it, it hurts me in the inside from a guy that lived a troubled life and doing things wrong in life and made a change within life. I look back and I see the people that's doing things wrong in life and they are not being held accountable for it. But why do I got to be held accountable for it the rest of my life when you got people doing just about the same thing or better things and caught on camera doing it and they don't have the standards to be held against? That's what separates the world. That's why our young black young men and white young men not listening to the system. That's why there's a separation. There's why it's not even. It's not held that you held at this standard and you had no. It's like the police held at this standard and African Americans held at this standard. What the police do is acceptable. What the regular Americans and the citizens, U.S. citizens do, it don't matter. It's clear as day that there was a beating. I'm not going to talk it all, but let's get back into it a little bit more.
The family described this video. They are literally holding him up. Oh, there's some violent punches being thrown. He's literally being held up and beaten with a baton.
It's hard to watch.
And fists right to the face.
There was a clear beating.
I can count 4 officers on the scene right here. He does not appear at all to be resisting arrest. In fact, he appears to be lifeless at this point.
He do not appear in any type of way to be aggressive or resistant or afraid to hurt or harm any officer. You heard what the guy say. Let's go back. Listen to what he say. And this is what bothers me.
Appears to be lifeless at this point.
He appears to be lifeless at this point. Man, it's hurt. I'm sitting here with my life. He no longer have life. And I understand if he done something wrong, you take him to 201, you let the judge prosecute him and do whatever they got to do to him because he done wrong. But don't you take matters in hand like you as the judge, the prosecutor, like we in Nazi somewhere. They prosecuted him. They took him out. It's clear. And it's like it's clear assassination. I don't want to jump to the conclusion. I'm gonna give my opinion on it and towards the end, but right now we're gonna get back into it.
An officer now on top of him, on his back, it appears. Looks like another responding unit is in the area. Again, this is 3 houses away from where his parents live. We cannot escape that fact. This video coming from a camera they call Sky Cop here in Memphis. It's attached to an electricity pole right above the neighborhood where his parents lived. It looked like another officer just came in and now kickstart once again.
For y'all that tuning in, this is the Tyre Nichols case where the officers clearly beat him to death, y'all. We see it on camera. I want to grind it back, but I'm gonna let it get caught back up and we're gonna catch back up. But the ones that tune in. It's clear as day. I want y'all to shoot in the comments and let me know how y'all feel.
Again. I have 2 Memphis City Council members with me here that have joined Top Story tonight. I thank you for your time, and I know it's not easy to come and speak on a live broadcast like this as we're watching this video in real time. How disappointing is this?
Yeah, it's hard to put words to it, but the lack of regard for humanity and sanctity of life. These are the men and women that are entrusted to protect our community, and they're well trained, and they exercise incredibly poor judgment would be an understatement.
I think what is the evidence that is, at least at this part, that you just cannot dispute, is that he was being held up and he was being hit with both a baton and fists.
Yes. I gotta rewind it back. Y'all tune in. Let's go back. We gotta go back because some of the folks that tuned in hadn't caught this. We're gonna go back. We gotta get it all the way back to them because, like, this is very disturbing. Y'all, y'all, some people might not want their kids to see it. Some might do, but it's very disturbing. It's your own discretion. One kick. He laying on the ground. Why is you kicking?
So I'm being told by our producers, again, we're watching this in real time, that there is no audio on this, but you do not need to listen to this because what we are seeing here is kick after kick. It looks like in the direction of Tyre Nichols' head. I was just at that intersection earlier tonight, and believe it or not, it is 3 houses away from where Tyre Nichols' parents live. He was running in the direction of his parents' house. This overhead camera here, it's called Sky Cop, and they're all around. Oh, and it looks like an officer here has a baton. Looks like they're holding him up. Oh, man. The family described this video. They are literally holding him up. Oh. There's some violent punches being thrown. He's literally being held up and beaten with a baton and fists right to the face. I can count 4 officers on the scene right here. He does not appear at all to be resisting arrest. In fact, he appears to be lifeless at this point. An officer now on top of him, on his back, it appears. Looks like another responding unit is in the area. Again, this is 3 houses away from where his parents live. We cannot escape that fact. This video coming from a camera they call Sky Cop here in Memphis. It's attached to an electricity pole right above the neighborhood where his parents lived. It looked like another officer just came in and now kickstart once again. I have 2 Memphis City Council members with me here that have joined Top Story tonight. I thank you for your time, and I know it's not easy to come and speak on a live broadcast like this as we're watching this video in real time. How disappointing is this?
Yeah, it's hard to put words to it, but the lack of regard for humanity and sanctity of life. These are the men and women that are entrusted to protect our community, and they're well trained, and they exercise incredibly poor judgment would be an understatement.
I think what is the evidence that is, at least at this part, that you just cannot dispute, is that he was being held up and he was being hit with both a baton and fists.
Yes.
They're trained in techniques time and time again in order to get a suspect to comply. And ultimately, what's so disappointing is that this was an alleged reckless driving charge in which somebody feared him for their life and ran, and they could have ended there. They had possession of his vehicle, and the entire incident, if you talk to a trained veteran, would have told you, we've got the car, we can find the suspect later, there's no need to chase him down.
I think at this point, this is the point where both the Nichols family and their attorneys are saying first aid was not rendered. He's been beaten to a pulp from what we've seen on these cameras, clearly, with batons, with fists, with brutal kicks to the head. And now he's being held up, and no first aid is being rendered at this point. He can't even stand up. Look, he just slumped over.
That's the hard part, is officers on both sides that are
they're literally dragging his body into the police car.
Still prop him up here.
Dragging his body into the police car. Like they didn't kill him. They basically killed this young man. That's basically all for driving reckless.
And wait for supporting units, supervisor, and eventually fire department, which has our EMT unit. It's going to take about 20 minutes before that ambulance arrives.
20 minutes before an ambulance arrives?
Yes. So our officers failed in duty to intervene and duty to render aid, which is just an abysmal failure of our policies and their training.
The ironic part about all of this is that those cameras So I'm being told by our producers, again, we're watching this in real time, that there is no audio on this, but you do not need to listen to this, because what we are seeing here is kick after kick. It looks like in the direction of Tyre Nichols' head. I was just at that intersection earlier tonight, and believe it or not, it is 3 houses away from where Tyre Nichols' parents live. He was running in the direction of his parents' house. This overhead camera here, it's called Sky Cop, and they're all around. And it looks like an officer here has a baton. Looks like they're holding him up. Oh, man. The family described this video. They are literally holding him up. Oh. There's some violent punches being thrown. He's literally being held up and beaten with a baton and fists right to the face. I can count 4 officers on the scene right here. He does not appear at all to be resisting arrest. In fact, he appears to be lifeless at this point.
Lifeless.
An officer now on top of him, on his back, it appears. Looks like another responding unit is in the area. Again, this is 3 houses away from where his parents live. We cannot escape that fact. This video coming from a camera they call Sky Cop here in Memphis. It's attached to an electricity pole right above the neighborhood where his parents lived. It looked like another officer just came in and now kickstart once again. I have 2 Memphis City Council members with me here that have joined Top Story tonight. I thank you for your time, and I know it's not easy to come and speak on a live broadcast like this as we're watching this video in real time.
The thing is crazy, man, because like I'm still trying to wrap my head around it, man. Like I don't understand it, because it's crazy. Like this person, police brutality, all the beating, the kicking, like all that. And then alone, the guy died from the cause of this. When the young man first got out the car running, was in good health and strength. He took out running to his mama's house. Now, I did say, when we share this video, like sharing this video, y'all. Comment on this video. I know some of y'all not gonna get it right now, you know, but when you do get it, support the channel. Share this video, because guess what? We need videos like this to go viral, to get out, to be able to share a message. And it's like this. The story is that one of the officers, that Tyre Nichols, died. That one of the officers is supposed to have beaten Tyre Nichols, supposed to have set up Tyre Nichols. They supposed to been dating the same girl, the girl. They supposed to be dating the same girl. And one of the police officers was jealous from a situation with Tyre Nichols, that Tyre Nichols, that he wanted to set him up. He said some kind of way. I mean, all this is allegedly. Not saying it's true. I don't know how true it is, but or how factual it is. But all this is allegedly what's supposed to be said and circulating around. But it's supposed to be that they was dating, one of the officers was dating the same girl that Tyre Nichols was dating or whatever. He had a problem with him. He got to work that day. He told the officer, we're gonna have to kidnap somebody today and hold them hostage or something. This was supposed to be said. Y'all best believe I'm gonna dig down into it, because this one here ain't resting on my soul, you know. Y'all officially can go and plug me in, call me activist Stan, however you want to do it. Stan the activist, however. But I'm officially on duty now, because if I gotta be held at a standard for my felony, the time that I did incarcerated, you gotta be held against for your time. Well, if you do something wrong, you gotta be held against it. Like I done something wrong, I had to be held against it. I had to stand up as a man and do mine. They need to stand up as a man and do theirs. This the only way. There's no other type of way. This the only way you get justice with people. You do the wrong thing, you come out on top by doing the right thing. It's that. I done it. I came out on top doing the right thing. Why they can't be held accountable for when they done wrong and come out on top? Ain't no way they supposed to be acquitted when they killed him. It's clear as day they killed him. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come up out of it, and I'm gonna see, cause I want to be able to get further into it, because I just don't get it. So let me get right on to it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up. I want to show y'all. So one of the officers testified, and I want y'all to hear him. I want y'all to hear him testify. Because, like, let's get this all right. Come on, pull it on. Because, like I said, man, I don't see how I could be held for standards and the next one can't be held for standards. Like, I done wrong. If I done wrong, yeah, if I done wrong, I mean, everybody else should be held accountable for it too, not just me. Let's go to it. I don't care who try to come at me behind this. I'm putting it out, cause I'm sure putting it out. There you go. I'm getting to it.
Case that we're following down at the federal courthouse in downtown Memphis, talking about a Scorpion team going in a different direction, even being hostile to citizens. That's how one of the officers charged in the Tyre Nichols beating described the police unit.
Desmond Mills broke down crying on the witness stand in the trial of former officers Tadarius Bean, Justin Smith, and Demetrius Haley.
Our April Thompson was in the courtroom and has today's testimony.
Some predicted these officers would turn on each other, and Desmond Mills did as much today, describing the Scorpion unit as one he was trying to get out of.
Desmond Mills, with his face covered, entering federal court Tuesday to testify in the trial of Tadarius Bean, Justin Smith, and Demetrius Haley. Mills took a plea deal in the federal charges and agreed to testify for the prosecution. But in court, Mills broke down, sobbing on the witness stand after looking at the video of all of them hitting Tyre Nichols. Mills saying, "I wish I could have stopped the punches. It hurt to watch. It hurt inside so much. I feel bad every time a picture is on the screen, and no, I'm a part of that." Mills described a Scorpion team that was going in a different direction, saying he didn't like the team and was looking to leave, saying the team was go, 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 and not stopping to think. Some had predicted the officers charged would turn on each other. An attorney for Tyre Nichols' family told WREG as much before the trial started.
They either going to try to point fingers and say it was mostly them, not me, which is them turning on each other, or they are going to have to say we were following our training. We were following our policy.
And on the witness stand, Desmond Mills described his co-Scorpion team members, saying Demetrius Haley came to work pumped and was aggressive to citizens. He said Haley frequently did not have his camera on, and when he asked him about it, he said, "F that." Haley said Emmett Martin wasn't doing well after a car accident, and there was something mentally wrong. He said Haley and Martin were called the Smash Brothers because of their use of force, saying they would get hostile with citizens. Mills said he pepper sprayed Tyre Nichols even though he was not a threat. And after Mills pepper sprayed himself, he got angry and pulled out his baton, hitting Nichols 3 times. He admitted he did nothing to help Nichols and never knew there was a Skycop camera recording what they did. He found that out when he got back to the station. In tears, Mills said, "I made his child fatherless. I am sorry. I am sorry. Knowing sorry can't bring him back. I pray his child has everything he needs growing up."
Court wrapped up early this afternoon around 4 o'clock. No explanation why. Desmond Mills is expected back on the stand Wednesday morning. For your news leader in downtown Memphis, April Thompson, WREG News Channel 3.
More than 2 weeks later, hopefully inching closer to a verdict.
Y'all get the picture. It's clear. Like it's clear, man. We can't make this stuff up, man. Memphis need help. Not only just Memphis, it's basically going around all around the world.
From the streets, it's another half mile.
It's just not here in Memphis.
Treacherous terrain to get Justin.
But it's just
Case that we're following down at the federal courthouse in downtown Memphis, talking about a Scorpion.
It's disgusting to know because you see it and you wonder, like, man, like they really got away with it. Like, it's what you think in your head, like, damn, them folks really killed that man. And did nothing get done to him. That's what you think about. But then if you a convicted felon, you look at it, it ain't just on the state level. The feds supposed to have tuned in, and it still doesn't get done on the state or the federal level. They got to quit it. So like it's something that you just think about, like, but just let these individuals, like, let them not been police officers. They would have been regular individuals, and they did this to a young dude at the neighborhood. All those individuals have been charged in jail, sitting down in jail, and we got 25, 35, 40 years for killing Tyre. But by them being police officers, they got acquitted because of the thin blue line. No, I'm not gonna let my officers go down for that. No, this not gonna go down that Memphis killing officers. No, I'm gonna protect my officers. I'm gonna clear this up. I'm gonna cover this up. The murder, I ain't said nothing. Paul Young, it didn't happen when you was in office, but it happened him getting acquitted on your watch. You ain't done nothing about it. I talk to the youth, and the youth come to me about situations like this. What I supposed to tell them? The absolutely truth. The system fail you every time. Why you think these young guys ain't listening to the police officers, ain't listening to the murder, listen to nobody? Because of situations like this. The police gonna kill you, gonna get away with it. Violate your rights, gonna get away with it. But me, I did what I did. I didn't get away with it. I still had to go stood up as a man and do my time. And they didn't have any evidence. But I still had to do time with them not having no evidence. But in this case, you see all of the evidence on the sky cop, not on no camera that someone had and filmed, was filming in the streets. A regular citizen came up filming and you got footage. No, we talking about an actual police sky cop came up top, caught it, the whole thing, and nothing get done about it. Nothing got done about it. I know it's gonna be a lot of y'all come on here. Probably ain't even studying nothing like that. It probably don't sit in to register in your head, but as you think about it, it's being human. What if it was your child? Your child was on the way running home to you. Your child riding his car reckless, flicking, feeling good, but on his way home, police officers stop him. But when he see one of the officers cool with the guy who he into with because he dating his woman, he take off running. Man, just catch me, man. I ain't finna go through. Just catch me, y'all. Catch me, take me in, but if let him do, cause I already know we on. Take off running, try to get home to his mama list, so at least his mama can see it verified. Ain't no telling what the police officer said when they pulled him over. Because from what the understanding that we getting, they saying that it's supposed to be some way they supposed to be into about a girl. The girl, he date the girl, and the police officer date the girl too. And one of the police officers mad about the situation. Police been saying they gonna kidnap somebody or something. So we don't know what this police officer said when he pulled him over. Like he said, we heard it. One of the officers testified. He said it. He struck him, hit him with batons, and didn't do nothing about it. Ain't no telling what they told Tyre when he pulled up to make him run. So he run. That don't mean just because he run, he got to get beaten and killed, kicked and stomped, stood up, punched on, in handcuffs, dragged to the car. Don't nobody deserve that. Not for no reckless and driving. If you ain't killed nobody, harmed nobody. Excessive force. Where do the excessive force have to come in? To where a person got to lose their life.
To understand the world,
And
follow the facts wherever they lead.
Tyreek mama,
We have to go.
I feel sorry, you know, and my condolences go out to you. My heart go out to you.
What you know is that for our T-Mobile Home Internet commercial, there are so many benefits and awards.
And I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna share this with y'all, and then we gonna call it out. Cause
Just one chord, it's an easy set.
it's tough. I'm gonna share this with y'all.
Get T-Mobile Home Internet, just $35 a month with our 5-year price guarantee.
That didn't sound right to me. They proceeded to ask me, was he on drugs? Did he do any type of drugs? And I said, why? They said because he had all this wild strength and they had to end up pepper spraying him and tasing him. And that still didn't sound right to me.
What is the next thing you heard about or from Ty?
I received a phone call from a doctor from St. Francis Hospital. The doctor asked me if I knew if my son was in the hospital. I said yes. I heard he got arrested. The doctor said, no, ma'am, your son is sick. And I said, what do you mean he's sick?
Did you become extremely concerned about Ty's condition?
Yes, very concerned. Until to the point where I called my cousin and I said, get over here right now. We need to get to the hospital and go see Ty.
And is that what you did?
Yes. We got a knock at the door, bang, 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 Memphis police. I heard a gentleman say, does Tyre Nichols live here? And I said, yes, Tyre lives here. I'm his mother. What's going on? They proceeded to tell me that Tyre was arrested for DUI. That didn't sound right to me. They proceeded to ask me, was he on drugs? Did he do any type of drugs? And I said, why? They said because he had all this wild strength and they had to end up pepper spraying him and tasing him. And that still didn't sound right to me.
What is the next thing you heard about or from Ty?
I received a phone call from a doctor from St. Francis Hospital. The doctor asked me if I knew if my son was in the hospital. I said yes. I heard he got arrested. The doctor said, no, ma'am, your son is sick. And I said, what do you mean he's sick?
Did you become extremely concerned about Ty's condition?
Yes, very concerned. Until to the point where I called my cousin and I said, get over here right now. We need to get to the hospital and go see Ty.
See what's actually going on in there? Well, that is the biggest damn rocks we've ever seen. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. They're just on the screen. Yeah, they're just on the screen. They're holding them back. No.
Who this family has affectionately adopted as Mama Ro. All right. Please receive Mama Ro. All right, all right.
First of all, I'd like to say thank you to each and every one of you for coming out today to be here with our family. Yesterday was a devastating blow to our family. What we heard was not something that we wanted to hear. But was I shocked or surprised? No, I wasn't. Those defense attorneys were allowed to go in front of the judge and basically tell the judge that even though this happened in Shelby County, that the people of Shelby County was not smart enough, to look at the evidence and make an impartial decision.
Mama.
So they were allowed to go into another county where I feel that county, Hamilton County, didn't give a rat's butt about my son. They were allowed to come here and look at the evidence, but they didn't see the evidence. What they saw was a black man running from the police. What they saw was a black man running from the police. They didn't care that my son was afraid for his life. They didn't care that even though they're not from here, they didn't realize that people were going around dressing up as undercovers and carjacking people. They didn't know that because they weren't from here. So, those people were allowed to come in here, look at the evidence, and deny the evidence, and give out a not guilty plea on each count. Yesterday, I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to think. We have gotten so much injustice from this city.
Say that.
That is ridiculous.
Say that.
My son was murdered.
That's right.
By 5 Memphis police
That's right.
officers.
Murder.
He was murdered.
Murder.
And 3 of them got off. Because those jurors decided not to look at the evidence, but only to look at the fact that my son was a black man running from the police. You know, on the night that my son was murdered, a lot of you don't know, but I felt my son's death in my stomach. I didn't realize all that pain that I was feeling, but it was my son's life being taken away from me that night. And when they read that verdict yesterday, that was them taking my son's life away from me again. Yes, it was.
Justice for Tyre! Justice for Tyre! Justice for Tyre!
There's no words right now. I'm so numb right now, I don't even know how to feel right now. But I'm going to say this. The district attorney's office, the prosecutors, they did a great job. My son's fate lied in those juries, and they failed my son.
That's right.
They failed my son. One thing I can say, I don't wish this pain on nobody. No one, not even my worst enemy. But karma.
Come on, girl.
We all know that word karma, right? It's coming. Karma is coming. Because what they did yesterday was not a good thing. So I thank all of you guys for coming out here because it's raining really bad now. And I don't want nobody to get sick. So, thank you so much for coming out. We appreciate all of you guys, and I tell you that if it wasn't for the community of Memphis in y'all prayers, I would not be standing here today. So thank each and every one of you for following this story and putting out the truth. Yes.
Life online is a vast universe, alive with the unrelenting activity.
How to overcome the traps of betrayal
In the house.
and uncover a golden paper.
It's clear as day, y'all get it, y'all seen it. Like, how the mom feel about the situation, man? Like, it's crazy. Like, they took her son from her. Like, they lyrically killed her son and got away with it. Like, what we gonna do about it? You know, like, I'm like, you kill somebody and get away with it? Like, lyrically kill somebody and get away with it. Is that's what's going on in America now? Where people killing people kids and getting away with it.
To strike it rich quick.
Like, I don't get it, you know. And like I said, my condolences go out to Tyreek and his mom, Tyreek mom, and the dad. I just don't know what father more to say, you know. Some get held. It's a standard. It's a certain standard that's held. Like I said, with this video, y'all feel free to comment, share, and subscribe. Don't just tune in and view out. Come in and say something. Y'all see this wrong. Everybody see this wrong. It's clear it's wrong. If you can't come in and say or view in and say that this wrong, and you view this and saying that, you know it's wrong. It's wrong. Like how you view in there and view out. You saying that was wrong, come in and say something. Say it's wrong. So the next person can see that this wrong. Police kill somebody and they get away with it. That's wrong. You can't get no right out of that. If that person kills somebody and the police go kill him, it's okay because he did wrong. But if the person ain't done nothing wrong but ran from the police, why you gotta kill him? Like, I don't understand. Then you have a cop testify, take a plea and say and tell everything, and you still found not guilty. It's a thin blue line that's called protected. Certain people held against certain standards and certain people not. Once again, it's just fine entertainment stand. I'm out. Salute. Tap in.
Probably be the last season we mind.
Identify Ryan's problem. Freddie and Juan testify.